What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, and I am reviewing a coaster that gets rather divisive opinions. This is Nighthawk at Carowinds. This is a Vekoma Flying Dutchman, one of only 2 left in existence, and one of only 3 ever built, and this one was the prototype. It was also the first ever flying coaster. It originally opened at California's Great America in 2000. It was called Stealth. Then in 2004, it was relocated to Carowinds, where it was renamed Borg Assimilator. This was back in the days of Paramount's Carowinds. Then, after Paramount left, it was renamed Nighthawk. Now, this coaster has developed a reputation for being incredibly rough, and I do agree with that. As you'll find out, there's one specific part on this coaster that is just unbearable. So Nighthawk is one of the first coasters that you come to when you enter Carowinds. Now, if you're coming here for the first time and need the credit, go to Nighthawk first. If you can get on it early in the morning, then you'll avoid the crowds. This coaster consistently has one of the longest lines in the park because it has incredibly slow operations. Some of the worst I have ever seen at a Cedar Fair park. So the first time I went to Carowinds was in March 2018, and I made this actually my second ride of the day after Intimidator. I got assigned to the back row, which I was not happy about at all, and I hated this coaster. When I went for my second visit in 2019, I passed on riding it, but when I went back in 2021 for my third visit, me and a friend rode it first thing. We got assigned to row 3, and I didn't think it was as bad as before. So yeah, if you want to get the best experience on Nighthawk, I'd probably suggest riding in the front row if you're able to. You step into your trains, and these restraints are very odd. You first have these vests that buckle in the middle around your stomach, and then you also have lap bars with shin guards. I am not a big fan of these restraints. I find them awkward and not very comfortable. The B&M flying coasters have much better restraints. So after you have all your restraints fastened, the train tilts downward until it is parallel to the ground. You are lying on your back, facing upwards. This is another reason why I don't like this ride as much as the B&M flyers. The B&M flyers tilt you immediately up into flying position. But anyways, you dispatch out of the station, turn left, and start up the lift hill. This lift hill is 115 feet tall, and it is incredibly loud. And also, because you're facing the sky, if you ride this on a sunny day, be prepared to close your eyes. The sun shines right in your eyes. I rode this on a sunny day last year, and I had to close my eyes all the way up the lift hill to block out the sun. Once you reach the top, you bank and flip into flying position. This particular element is called a lie to fly. You come down real close to the water and immediately start to feel the roughness kick in. Now right here, it isn't as bad as it is towards the end. Right here, it's tolerable. You hit a max speed of 51 miles per hour on this coaster. You come back up, go around a bank turn, called a horseshoe, and swoop down real close to the water again. You come up and flip back onto your back and go through, in my opinion, the best part of Nighthawk. This is the vertical loop. I must say, the vertical loops on these Flying Dutchmans are cool because you take them lying down. It is a bit shaky through the vertical loop, but not too bad. The vertical loop is definitely my favorite part of Nighthawk. Following the loop, you bank around a turn and flip back into flying position. These are technically considered inversions. You swoop down really low to the ground again, flip onto your back again, and go into by far the worst part of the ride. These are 2 back-to-back corkscrews. And right here, it is so incredibly rough. Up to this point, Nighthawk is shaky but tolerable. Then you get to this part, and this part is on another level for roughness. It is really unbearably shaky. When we came to this part, I was like, oh no, here we go. I do not enjoy these corkscrews at all. They pretty much ruin the ride. If you're asking what they could do to make it better, well, Vekoma themselves did make it better. Instead of the double corkscrews, they changed it to a double inline twist for the other Flying Dutchmans. The inline twist is much better than the corkscrews. But anyways, after the obnoxiously rough corkscrews, you turn right and into the brake run. While Batwing at Six Flags America has a helix right before its brake run, Nighthawk just turns right into it. And be prepared to lay on your back for several minutes because this coaster's dispatches are super slow. If you're wanting to ride Nighthawk, ride it first thing in the morning, right when the park opens. If you don't do that, you'll be caught in at least a 45-minute wait. This is actually one of the most popular rides at Carowinds, which is kind of shocking to me. This is definitely one of my least favorite coasters I've ever ridden. The B&M Flyers really did fix everything wrong with the Vekoma Flying Dutchmans. They are smooth, have much better restraints, and you actually feel like you're flying on those. On this and Batwing, you really feel like you spend about half of the ride on your back instead of in flying position. But by far, the biggest problem I have with this coaster is its roughness, especially during the corkscrews. If this coaster was smooth, I would probably like it more than Hurler and Flying Cobras. This is a good example of a coaster that has a lot of potential but doesn't deliver. It has a solid layout, just incredibly rough with awkward restraints. It looks better off-ride than it actually is. This coaster did get some spare parts from Firehawk at Kings Island after that coaster was demolished, but still, I can't see this coaster lasting more than 5 more years max, and even that is a huge stretch. 2 or 3 more years is more likely. I wouldn't be surprised if this coaster is the next one to be removed from Carowinds. Vekoma no longer supplies parts for these Flying Dutchmans, so very soon this and Batwing will be running on borrowed time. For Nighthawk's overall score, I will give it a 4.5 out of 10. If it was smooth, I would have probably given it around a 6.5 or a 7, but because of the unbearable roughness, I deducted some points. This just isn't that good of a coaster. Not re-rideable at all. It's not as bad as Vortex in my opinion, but I would place it low in Carowinds' lineup altogether. If you actually like Nighthawk, let me know how. I really only recommend riding this for the credit. Those are my opinions on Nighthawk at Carowinds. If this is your first time viewing one of my reviews, almost all the others I've done are much more positive than this one. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Coasters and Things signing out.
I'm a